Well, it's 4:30, folks. We are live here at Nelson Field. Finally, third time's the charm. Originally scheduled for Tuesday, pushed to Wednesday, and now here on Thursday. We are live here at Nelson Field, and you are watching Anderson Trojan baseball on Vype. This is a district matchup between your Anderson Trojans and the Navarro Vikings. Anderson entering this one at 21-7-0. 10-0 in district play. Navarro 13-9, 3-7 in district play. We'll reset some of this closer to the start of the game, but we are glad you're with us. Tonight's Anderson Trojan baseball game is proudly presented by the Northwest Little League. We thank them for their continued support of Anderson Trojan baseball, but my name is Jack Farrell, and it is senior day. 5 o'clock is your first pitch time, but these seniors are all out on the field a little bit to our left here. We'll get it all on camera for you. We're glad you're tuned in. Just wanted to pop in, say hello, and let you know the proceedings are about to begin for senior night, so make sure you're ready to go for your senior. A lot of them here for the Trojans tonight. We'll run through that a little bit more later on. But just wanted to, preface the broadcast by saying senior day is here. We're about to go ahead and send it down to the field, and we will make sure and have that all for you here. It is a little bit windy. Shocker. Tends to be at Nelson Field, of course, with the highway to the back of us and the fact that it faces due south. But we will go ahead and get senior day started here in just a moment. We will have it for you on the broadcast. If you want, let your loved ones who are in attendance know to make sure and record it on their phone or get a little bit closer, because the wind, it is going to be noisy, as I'm sure you can already hear it a little bit. But we are glad you're with us. Senior day ready to go here in just a moment ahead of this game between the Anderson Trojans and the Navarro Vikings, our first of what's turned into a doubleheader. You got today and tomorrow against the Vikings, and then a regular season finale on Saturday against the Johnson Jaguars. But for now, we're going to go ahead and set the headset down, get it down to the field. And senior day will begin in just a moment. You are watching Anderson Trojan baseball on Vype. This game brought to you by the Northwest Little League, and we'll see you in just a moment.
Who will soon be graduating for the class of 2026. Over 4 years, each of these young men have made tremendous contributions to Anderson High School and its baseball program. And I ask you to join, along with Coach Matthews, Coach Salazar, and the entire Anderson baseball family, as we celebrate these 10 young men and cadets. At this time, please direct your attention to the infield as we recognize our graduating seniors along with their parents. First to be recognized for the Trojans is number 3, Grayson Donahoe. Grayson is accompanied today by his parents Ann and Steve. Grayson has been relied upon as both a starter and reliever during his 3 years in the Trojans program. In the fall, he will attend Texas Tech University in Lubbock, where he will study business. Congratulations, Grayson, and thank you for your contribution to Anderson baseball. Next to be recognized for the Trojans is number 4, Max McCormick. Max is accompanied today by his parents, Allie and Chuck, brothers Curtis and Trey, and his sister Jen. A second baseman, Max has played 4 years for the Trojans, including 2 years starting on varsity. In the fall, he will attend Colorado University in Boulder. Congratulations, and thank you for your contribution to Anderson baseball. Next to be recognized for the Trojans is number 5, Connor Como. Connor is accompanied today by his mom, Christina, and his sister, Kelsey. Connor would like to give thanks to his dad, Brian Como. Connor is a 3-year varsity starter who was named District 24-5A Offensive Player of the Year in 2025. He is committed to Texas A&M University, where he will continue to play baseball for the Aggies while studying sports management. Connor, congratulations, and thank you for your contribution to Anderson baseball. Next up for the Trojans is number 8, Cade Hazen. Cade is accompanied today by his dad, Jimmy, and his brother, Cody. A pitcher, outfielder, and designated hitter, Cade has played 4 years for the Trojans, 2 of which have been on varsity. In the fall, he will attend Texas Tech University in Lubbock. Thank you for your contribution to Anderson baseball. Next to be recognized for the Trojans is number 10, J.J. Velasquez. J.J. is accompanied today by his mom, Sylvia Navarro. He would also like to give thanks to Ronald Lopez. J.J. has played 2 years for the Trojans, both years on varsity, where he started as both a pitcher and outfielder. In the fall, he wore that. J.J., congratulations and thank you for your contribution to Anderson baseball. Next to be recognized for the Trojans is number 15, Derek Paez. Derek is accompanied today by his parents, Jana Lee and David, and his siblings, Dave, Heather, and Letty. Derek is a 4-year varsity starter for the Trojans and has been instrumental with his play at catcher. In the fall, he will attend Wood County Junior College, where he will play baseball for the Pioneers and continue his education. Derek, congratulations, and thank you for your contribution to Anderson baseball. Next, to be recognized for the Trojans is number 18, Blake Gallagher. Blake is accompanied today by his parents, Tiffany and Brian, as well as Vicky Gallagher and Nancy Glenn. a catcher and first baseman. Will played 4 years for the Trojans, 3 of which on varsity. In the fall, he will attend the University of Texas at Austin, where he will study human dimensions of organization. Will, congratulations and thank you for your contribution to Anderson baseball. Our final Trojan to be recognized today is number 25, King Santos. King is accompanied today by his parents, Katie and Rod. A pitcher, King has played 3 years for the Trojans, all on varsity. In the fall, he will attend McGill University in Montreal, where he will play baseball for the Redbirds. King, congratulations and thank you for your contribution to Anderson baseball. Let's give these seniors one more round of applause. Congratulations.
No. See you working with Cam. I left one here a couple weeks ago. I was wondering if I was talking to the guy at the staff, but I'm a scout. He didn't know where it went. No, I was just curious. See all the cameras, maybe the camera guy was like, oh, I gotta save whoever's camera this is and stash it for him.
No, I mean, they might have left it in there if they're already asked.
Yeah, he asked it. It's all good. I was just curious if you guys were looking at that.
No, sorry about that.
Good evening, and welcome to Nelson Field. Thank you again for joining us today for Anderson Trojan baseball. Tonight's matchup features the visiting Navarro Vikings and the Anderson Trojans. And now introducing the starting lineup for the visiting Vikings. Leading off and playing shortstop, number 4, Jose Lopez. Second. And playing second base, number 13, Paul Rogel. Batting third and pitching, number 1, Alex Cordero. In the cleanup spot and catching, number 9, Leo Cordero. Batting fifth and playing right field, number 2, Eduardo Valderez. Batting sixth, at first base, number 21, Kelvin Ramirez. Batting seventh, and playing third, number 18, Abraham Munoz. Batting eighth, in left field, number 7, Irvin Lopez. Batting ninth. And playing center field, number 5, Guadalupe Lopez. And please welcome the rest of the Navarro Vikings. And now, for your Anderson Trojans, led by head coach Kenny Matthews. Leading off and playing left field, number 22, Leo Trevino. Batting second, and playing shortstop, number 5, Connor Como. Batting third, and playing third base, number 9, Hank Ricky. Batting cleanup, the catcher, number 15, Derek Paez. Batting fifth, and playing center field, number 6, Gabe Cole. Batting sixth, the designated hitter, number 8, Gabe Hazen. Batting second, and playing first base, number 23, Will Livingston. Batting eighth, playing second base, number 4, Max McCormick. Batting ninth, and playing right field, number 2, Cooper Chitsey. On the mound for the Trojans is number 24, Vinny Franco. And please welcome the rest of the Anderson Trojans. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise and remove your cap for the playing of the national anthem.
Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are back, and we are ready to go. Senior Day ceremonies a moment ago. Well, we are glad you're back and with us. If you missed those, I'd like to thank you for tuning into the broadcast today. My name is Jack Farrell. This game is brought to you by Northwest Little League. We thank them for their continued support of Anderson Trojan baseball, and this one between the Anderson Trojans and the Navarro Vikings. Anderson 21-7-0, 10-0 in district play. Navarro is 13-9 on the season, 3-7 in district play. They are eliminated from postseason contention. But we've got a couple more here. It's the regular season district finale coming up this week here. Anderson tonight and tomorrow against Navarro with a couple of rainouts. Hasn't rained really since Wednesday morning, but the field in no condition to play yesterday, and now even today it's a little wetter than we'd like. We got to get it in, and might be an adventure on the infield here, but we're ready to go, and we are happy to bring you this one. The starting lineups brought to you by the Carlson Law Firm today for the Trojans. Vinny Franco on the mound will take you through the defense. Derek Paez behind the plate. Will Livingston at first. Max McCormick at second. Connor Como at short and Hank Rippey at third. That's your infield. Leo Trevino out there in left field. James Cole in center and Cooper Chitsey in right. Vinny Franco has been sensational as the Tuesday starter. Of course, it's Thursday, but the game one starter. College baseball, you'd call it the Friday starter, and the majors, you'd call it your opening day starter, your ace, whatever you want to call it. Vinny Franco is that for the Trojans. For Navarro, batting 1 through 3, Jose Lopez at shortstop, Paul Robel, the second baseman, and Alex Cordero, the pitcher, up here at the top of the order. Leo Cordero, the catcher, Eduardo Balderas, the right fielder, and Kelvin Ramirez at first base, the middle, and the bottom of the order, third baseman Abraham Munoz, left fielder Irvin Lopez, and Guadalupe Lopez, the center fielder, batting ninth. Here we go. Vinny Franco, the first pitch, and that one misses down and away. That first pitch is brought to you by the Northwest Pony League. Thank you to the Pony League for supporting Anderson baseball, as the first two pitches for Vinny Franco are called balls. Not particularly close on the first couple, but Franco has been excellent as we get started a few minutes early. It's a welcome sign. Probably going to be another game played right after this. 4:56 the first pitch time, and 3 straight balls for Vinny Franco to start out Jose Lopez, the shortstop. There's that one at the top of the zone. Jose Lopez nods at it. He's taken all the way there. The Trojans have already locked up a district title as the 3-1 swing and a miss, strike 2. Navarro in at 3-7. Bastrop at 3-9 behind them, and Crockett winless there at the bottom of district, but 3-2 pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3. So Vinny Franco, 3 straight balls and then 3 straight strikes. The Trojans at the top. Anderson, Lassa, McCallum, and Bastrop going to be the top 4, the teams that make the playoffs. I believe Anderson already penciled into D. They have the D1 and D2 brackets, the largest by enrollment. As the first pitch here to Paul Robel, the second baseman, a called strike. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Alex Cordero, the pitcher, on deck. The 0-2 pitch is a called third strike. So after 3 balls to start the game, 6 straight strikes. And there's 2 down here in the top of the first with Alex Cordero coming to the plate. Would you believe it's a windy day here at Nelson Field? Blowing in at us as this one hit on the ground. McCormick, a long run to it, backhands it. The throw is in time for out number 3. Max McCormick flashing some leather on senior day in a close one. Alex Cordero is called out at first base, and it's a 1-2-3 inning. First pitch swinging for Cordero, so it was 3 straight balls and then 7 straight strikes for Vinny Franco to end the inning. And it ends on a 4-3 putout, and we head now to the home half. A little bit of a change here for the Anderson Trojans at the top of the order. It's Alex Cordero on the mound. Leo Trevino leading things off at left. Connor Como batting second at shortstop, and Hank Rippey batting third at third base. Behind that, it's Derek Paez, James Cole, and Cade Kazin, 4, 5, 6. First baseman Will Livingston, the second baseman Max McCormick, and Cooper Chitsey, the right fielder, batting ninth. For the Navarro defense, Alex Cordero is on the mound. We just saw him ground out to end the inning. These starting lineups, of course, brought to you by the Carlson Law Firm, proud supporters of Anderson High School baseball. But other than Cordero, behind the dish is Leo Cordero. So Alex Cordero batting third, Leo Cordero, the catcher, batting cleanup. Over at first base, Kelvin Ramirez. At second base is Paul Robel. At shortstop, Jose Lopez. We've seen all three of those guys already. They batted 1, 2, 3. Then at shortstop, mess that up. Ramirez at first, Robel at second, Lopez at short. Then third base, Abraham Munoz, and the outfield left to right, Irvin Lopez, Guadalupe Lopez, and Eduardo Balderas. We head to the bottom of the first half. I'm also having a good time. Hard to believe the playoffs are already just about upon us. Season goes by fast. Anderson trying to put back-to-back undefeated seasons together, which I would have to go back a couple of years, but I want to say Anderson, I think they ended the season last year on a 1-game win streak. 2 seasons ago, back against, it was against Austin High. That one played at Anderson High School, the rare game at Willie Wells Field. It's a very cool piece of Austin baseball history. The Hall of Famer Willie Wells, as this one, first pitch swinging, stung in the air, drifting, and that is going to get over the head of the left fielder. Smacks off the base of the wall. Leo Trevino has extra bases. He's digging around second. He's thinking 3, and the throw into third is not in time. Leo Trevino, first pitch swinging, it's a triple, brings runners in a runner in scoring position for Connor Como. It was a rare. He's always batting leadoff. Doesn't really have an opportunity to drive in runs in the first inning. Usually gets driven in the first inning, if anything. But the lefty steps in with Alex Cordero on the mound, and the Trojans already within striking distance to start things off. First pitch high. One 0 and they're on the outside edge, strike one. Como part of senior day here. It's a senior heavy lineup for the Trojans today, naturally. But Como, the funny thing about senior day is they'll play in this park tomorrow, but they won't be the home team. Part of the festivities, the 2-1 pitch, a called strike. Como, of course, his baseball career will continue. We got 290 behind us. We'll be traveling down 290 towards College Station next season as this ball gets away. And on the run is Leo Trevino, and he will sprint in and score as the ball leaked away from the catcher Cordero, and it's 1-0. So now a full count to Como. Runner is in. The pitch. That one swung on, lifted foul. Good tuba. Some band practice behind us. Como hits this one on the ground. That'll be through for a base hit. And that one got away from the center fielder, so now Como might have an extra base. It's going to be close. The throw is not in time, and Como's in there standing up. If that throw was a little more up the second base, on the second base side instead of the shortstop side, Como might have had a hard time reaching safely, but instead it's a single. And Como able to advance on the error. So a triple and a single. Hank Rippey comes to the plate. Trojans back playing for the first time since last Friday, beating Bastrop 8-4 in one of their shakier games of the season. Particularly on the defensive end. pass drop. It's a playoff team here in district. You did win by 4 runs, but by the standard the Trojans have set, it was like, oh my gosh, they're not playing perfectly. But a good showing. No friends and family out here today, especially on the Anderson side. 1 ball, 1 strike. A lot of kind words. So wherever you are listening from, we are glad to have you. I hope I have not been too terribly annoying throughout the season. Hank Rippey now at 2-1 count. Another lefty here at the top of this Anderson order. 2 balls, 1 strike. The pitch. That one hit on the ground to second, but playable. It will advance the runner. And Hank Rippey is the first out of the inning. There's 1 down. So a 4-3 for the first out brings Derek Paez to the plate. Batting cleanup. A couple spots back from where we usually see him batting second. As that pitch misses outside. It's now 2-0 to Paez. Runner at third. 1 run already home in the inning as Paez trying to pick up the second with a run batted in. The 2-0 pitch to Paez as he lifts this one foul. Two balls and a strike. That one misses downstairs to Paez. Now 3-1. Misses to Paez, and it's a 5-pitch walk to Derek. Swung at 1 pitch. It was a foul ball. That brings James Cole to the plate. Viner coming out of the dugout for Paez here. Derek on a smooth transfer of the batting helmet. Runners at the corners for James Cole. His first pitch swinging there, sends it right back up the middle. Como's in to score. Viner up to second, running for Paez, and it's an RBI single for James Cole. The Trojans lead it 2-0. Ooh, that one behind Kazin. His often nearly running was Viner, but he'll be back to second with Cole at first. And it's 1-0 to the 5-hole hitter, no, the 6-hole hitter here, Kazin, DHing today. Normally, Cade, the cleanup hitter for Anderson, but shuffling the lineup around a little bit on senior day. 1 ball, no strikes. The pitch from Cordero is hit and down for a base hit. Perfectly executed here for the Trojans. Viner going to come around to score, and it's 3-0 off the base hit from Kate Kazin. That's a little hit and run action. Viner scores. Brings Will Livingston up to the dish. Livingston at first base here today. first pitch to Will Livingston catches the bottom of the zone. Strike one. Still just one out here in the bottom of the first. Alex Cordero steps off. Looking back at Cole. No balls, one strike. That one inside. Livingston just avoids it. So now, the count even. Already a crooked number on the board for the Trojans wearing the gold tops here today. Vikings dressed in all black as that one misses downstairs. Now 2-1. This is the home park for both of these schools. Navarro just a few minutes away, right on the other side of 183. Or of I-35, excuse me. Same side of 183. That's a balk. A balk? Is it like walk? Do you say the L? Anyhow, runners advance. Second and third. But if you're not familiar with Austin, or if you're not familiar with Nelson Field, kind of sits right in between a triangle of three highways. Just to the west of us, we are overturning the balk. But I-35 is just to the west of us right there. I mean, you can see the cars going up and down, and that's 290. And then just back to the north of us, to our backs, is 183. So Nelson Field kind of sitting in the mix of all those highways. It's a real small triangle. The 2-1 as Livingston puts this one in the air out to center field, and on the run to make the catch is the center fielder Lopez, and there's two down. Brings Max McCormick to the plate. Oompa Loompa song. Somebody's practicing the tuba behind us, playing the Oompa Loompa song from Willy Wonka, the original Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. As this one's popped up and off the roof here. The Gene Wilder one. They're playing it in different keys. Really hope you can hear the tuba. I'm distracted by the tuba. But Cordero, the 0-1. As that one misses down for ball one to Max McCormick. He's trying to get out of a... It looked like it might be getting worse there for a second. It was runners at second and third after the balk with one out. They overturn it. They call it back. Now the 1-1. As McCormick puts it on the ground, this is going to be a tough play from third. The throw will chase McCormick off the bag and get away from the first baseman, or to get away from the first baseman. And pulled him off the bag. One run will score as the ball got away. And it brings up Cooper Chitsey, so the Trojans have sent 9 to the plate here. As Chitsey fouls this one off. So Cole came home. Kazin advances to third on the error. One-two to Chitsey. Now that one misses. Now 2-2. Kazin at third, McCormick at first. Runner goes. That one misses. The throw is going to be off of the pitcher, Cordero, but didn't really hit him. It was kind of able to glove it. Didn't catch it, but knocked it down. The pitch. That's a called strike 3 for Cooper Chitsey. No, strike 2. Scoreboard's wrong. So now a 2-strike count to Chitsey. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The 2-2. Chitsey watches down. The count now 3-2. Payoff. That one fouled off. Chitsey stays alive. Chitsey, that'll get through for a base hit. 1 run scores. Coming around from third is Max McCormick. Ball gets away from the outfield. Chitsey has 2, and it's a 2-run RBI. Well, probably a single, but we'll call it a 2-run double for Cooper Chitsey, and it makes it a 6-0 ball game here in the first. And now Leo Trevino comes back to the plate as we've batted around here in the first inning. We'll be generous with the scoring today. Chitsey in at second base. It's a 6-0 ball game. Leo, seen 2 pitches, swung at 2 pitches. The 0-1. Up and in, now 1-1. Runner goes as this one hit on a line. That'll be down for a base hit. McCormick scores. Trevino will hold at first base. It's an RBI single to make it a 7-0 ball game here as the first inning continues. Como takes the first pitch here. The 0-1 to Como. Cordero. Is this one lifted out to left field? That might end the inning. Routine fly ball, and it's a catch out in left field by Irvin Lopez to retire the side. A lot of runs on a lot of hits. By my count, 6 hits, maybe 7 if you're generous. 7 runs come home. Few errors there in the inning for Navarro, and 1 runner left on base for the Trojans. On to the second. So in the first inning, Leo Trevino 2 for 2, Como 1 for 2, and it'll be 3-4-5 due for Anderson in the bottom of the second. But for Navarro now, it's Leo Cordero, the catcher, Eduardo Balderas, the right fielder, and Kelvin Ramirez. Middle of the order, 4, 5, 6 due up in the top of the second here for Navarro. Long layoff for Vinny Franco, who threw 10 pitches in the first inning. But he is accustomed to such things. It was a 35-pitch first. 37-pitch first, I believe, actually, for Alex Cordero. Franco, first pitch of the inning, he gets the call on the outside of the strike zone there. Leo Cordero down now 0-1. The 0-1. As this one chopped back to Franco, Vinny's got it. Zip on that one to Livingston at first base. There's one away. Pitch misses downstairs to Eduardo Balderas, the right fielder. Two 0 now. Two balls, no strikes. Downstairs, 3-0. 3-0 pitch. There's a called strike. First pitch to Balderas, that's not a ball. Now from 3-1 or 3-0 to 3-2. Franco filed back. So good at bat here for Eduardo Balderas. Ball 4. Brings Kelvin Ramirez to the plate as this one misses downstairs. The 1-0. Pitch to Ramirez, a called strike. Now 1-1 the count. This one hit on the ground. Como there steps on the bag for one. The throw and a nifty little double play there for the Trojans, and that will end the inning. So after the walk to Balderas, Trojans turn 2 on the unassisted. Took a funky hop for Como. This is the entire team out of the dugout and in a huddle over on the first page, just off camera here. Ramirez didn't run that one out, and down 7 after an inning and a half. Team leaders, coaches and team leaders coming together. Balderas, one of the guys in the mix there, as the team takes the field, and a new pitcher on the mound. I believe this is Cordero. This pitching change is brought to you by Wally's Burger Express. And as a fellow son of Northwest Austin and a person who has been doing Anderson Trojan basketball games since I was 19 years old on Vype here, I'm a fan of Wally's Burger Express. That crispy taco, brother. Good chicken, good burgers, good ice cream. So thank you to the pitching change as we creep towards dinner time. So the Trojans sent 10 to the plate there in the top of the first, or the bottom of the first, excuse me. So it's 3, 4, 5 due up here in the bottom. The new pitcher is Leo Cordero for the Navarro Vikings. So Leo Cordero gives him 1. Alex Cordero, the starting pitcher, now Leo Cordero on the mound. His first pitch swinging by Rippey. That one drifting back and down. Rolling up to the wall out in left field. Rippey's got 2, and he will hold up there at second base. So a leadoff double for Hank Rippey, and the Trojans keep it rolling. And now I believe it's just a pitcher and catcher swap. I think Alex Cordero's behind the plate, and Leo Cordero's on the mound. Whereas Leo was the starting catcher and Alex was the starting pitcher. But first pitch to Paez, clips away from Cordero, and it's a 1-0. One ball, no strikes. Pitch outside, now 2-0. Pitch lifted foul by Paez, back over the stands here. Another foul ball for Paez here. Now 2 balls, 2 strikes. Rippey aboard at second base after the leadoff double. Hit that one far. Paez, another foul ball as Hank Rippey is just tremendous going to the opposite field. He has been all season. Is that one in on the hands of Paez, but that is going to drop in. That hit the very outside lip behind second base. It's in on the. It's a little cue shot for Paez, but it's a single. And Derek Paez is aboard for the second time in as many innings, as many at-bats. Brings Jude Viner back out onto the base paths. Ben Hatcher now hitting for James Cole. Cole a single and an RBI in his lone at bat here, as this one's going to get away and Rippey will stay put. So runners at the corners for the Trojans. The 1-0. Ooh. Nimbly dodged by Ben Hatcher. It's a 2-0 count here to the Anderson. We've seen him in the infield and the outfield, on the base paths. The 2-0. That one way outside, now 3-0. There's a strike now to Hatcher. The 3-1. That's downstairs, and Hatcher's aboard with a walk with nobody out that loads the bases. Number 8, Cade Kazin coming to the plate. That one inside, now 1-0 to Kazin. The 1-0. There's a foul ball by Kazin. Now 1-1 the count to the Anderson DH. Kazin takes. Based on his body language, it looked like that one threw off his timing a little bit. Now, base is still loaded. Cordero looking for his first out. Kazin fights on as that one slapped foul, 1-2. We'll be back here tomorrow. Once again, a 5 o'clock first pitch. One, two, called strike three as Kazin down on strikes. Base is still loaded, just one out now. Livingston to the plate. Lined out to center in his first time at the plate. Livingston takes down and away, ball one. Fifth batter of the inning for the Trojans. 1-0. Down and away again, now 2-0 with McCormick on deck here for Anderson. Two balls, no strikes. There's a strike to Livingston, now 2-1. Livingston waves at that one. The count now 2-2. The 2-2 pitch. Going away inside to Livingston. The count full now. It's gone. Double, single, walk, strikeout. And now a full count to the Anderson first baseman here today, Will Livingston. Here's the 3-2. As that one in on the hands of Livingston, popped up out to short, and catch made for out number 2. Brings Max McCormick to the plate with 2 outs, and the bases still loaded here for the Trojans. First pitch to McCormick, a strike. And Cordero, after loading him up with nobody out, looking to get out of a big jam as this one downstairs to McCormick. I mean, for Livingston, too, the count full, with nowhere to put him. Able to get out of that one. But the 1-1. Ooh. Gives him the outside edge. McCormick now looking at a 1-2 count. Chitsey on deck. One, two. That one down, now 2-2. Cordero, a couple steps towards the dugout after that pitch. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Called strike 3 on the outside edge. That's been there for both teams, and after the Trojans load the bases with nobody out, they are not able to score in the second. So no runs on a pair of hits and 3 left on base. Means we're headed to the top of the third. 7, 8, 9 due up in the top of the third as Franco's technically faced the minimum. Did walk one batter, but it was erased with a double play. It'll be Abraham Munoz, Irvin Lopez, and Guadalupe Lopez. Franco back out for his third inning of work. Another long layoff, but still very much in the driver's seat as Franco. Keeping that pitch count low. First pitch to Ramirez is in there for. No, this is a Munoz, excuse me, and it's 0-2 to Munoz, the third baseman. Just the 23rd pitch of the game for Franco there. Here's the 0-2. Up and away, now 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes, and there's a called strike 3. See, I mean, that looks like a big outer part of the plate, but he's called it very consistently both ways. But it's only on the outside. The inside's been, good. It's been a very good zone. But that outside of the plate, I feel like it might be off the plate. It's been called pretty consistently as a strike. And all you ABS haters like that. It's this up zone, right? I'm good with it as long as it's consistent, and it has been. One ball, no strikes. Again, right there. Outside edge of the plate, strike 1. The 1-1. That one upstairs, 2-1. Called strike. They're a beautiful breaker there for Vinny Franco, and it's 2-2. The 2-2. Down in the dirt. Full count. Is that one hit back up through the middle, and Connor Como makes the catch on the run. A looper just enough for Como to go and track it down before it hit the dirt, and there's 2 down. Brings Lopez to the dish. This one bunted and fouled off. Trying to lay one down, get something going here on offense with 2 outs. Turn it over to the back of the top of the order. The 0-1. Ooh. Cordero laying out for that one over there right in front of the Navarro dugout. No balls, 2 strikes. That one close, but a called ball. Franco will go right back to it. Swing and a miss, strike 3. A pair of strikeouts in the inning for Vinny Franco, 1, 2, and 3. His 4th K of the day there to end the top of the 3rd, and the Trojans will come back to it. 9-1-2 due up here for the blue and gold. Leo Cordero back out for his 2nd inning of work, working around a bases-loaded, nobody-out jam, not allowing a single run to score. Picking up a pair of strikeouts there and a pop-up. Anderson trying to scratch off scratch another few more runs across with Chitsy, Trevino, and Como coming to the plate. 3rd time through the order for Anderson in the 3rd inning. Remains a 7-0 ball game.
Now hitting number 18, Blake Gallagher.
Got some water. Glad. All right. Forgot mine. I can't talk anymore. Maybe that's a good thing for you folks at home. But here coming to the plate, number 18, Blake Gallagher, the senior, being honored today. Hitting for Cooper Chitsey, as he will foul the, ooh, that went off the catcher's mask. But Blake Gallagher, get a breather for the catcher, Alex and Leo Cordero. The 0-1. Gallagher jumps back at that one, now 1-1. Swing and a miss there from Gallagher. It's 1-2. Cold strike 3 on the outside edge, and third strikeout of the game for Leo Cordero. There's one away here in the bottom of the third. Trevino to the plate. He's 2 for 2. Triple and a single. Looking for a double and a homer now. Big smile on Cordero's face as he misses there with the first pitch to Trevino. Ball 1. Pitching loose. And he's retired 4 straight Anderson Trojan hitters. All 3 of them everyday starters for Anderson. Back in the second. That one in on the knob of the bat, or the handle of the bat there for Trevino, and he grounds out for out number 2 with Connor Como coming to the plate. Como 1 for 2. Watches the first pitch down, ball 1. One-0. Inside now. Two-0 pitch, lifted foul. That hit him. Did not. Now 3 balls and a strike to the Anderson shortstop, Connor Como. The 3-1. As he hits this one on the ground to first. And how about that? A 1-2-3 inning for Leo Cordero. And that will retire the side here in the third. Strikeout and a pair of groundouts after a 7-run first inning for Anderson. The offense has cooled off a little bit. That is 6 straight batters retired for Cordero. We head to the 4th inning. New pitcher for the Anderson Trojans. It's senior right-hander Grayson Donahoe here on Senior Day. So 3 innings pitched for Vinny Franco. No runs, no hits, 1 walk. In line for the win, of course. Four Ks, a walk, no hits, 9 batters faced. So Grayson Donahue comes in trying to keep the combined no-hit situation rolling. Sorry for the announcer jinx, but it's 1-2-3 here for Navarro. Good chance for them to try and get something going. Lopez, Robel, and Cordero come to the plate. So Donahoe to the mound. Jose Lopez to the plate. Paul Rebel and Alex Cordero. Senior Day for Navarro tomorrow, same time. And a couple more days to tune up for Anderson before we head dancing. The way it's going to work, usually they go either a little 1 game Friday, 2 game Saturday, sometimes 1, 2, 3 Thursday, Friday, Saturday. First pitch from Donahoe is a called strike for Lopez. The 0-1. The longer we go, the more often we head towards, neutral sites. The 1-1. Down and away now, 2-1. But for by district, I think last year by district it was against Eastview. It was at Leander. All the games were going to be at Leander. The 2-1. Ball 3. Ball 4. It's a leadoff walk to Jose Lopez. That's the second Navarro batter that's gotten aboard. Brings Paul Robel to the plate. Pitch to the Navarro second baseman, misses down. Paez went up to track it down. The 1-0. That one hit into right field, and diving attempt is going to get away from Trevino, and moving from first to third is Lopez, and it's runners at the corners with nobody out here in the top of the fourth for Navarro. Brings Alex Cordero to the plate with an RBI opportunity, trying to break the shutout at the first hit of the game here for the Vikings. This one hit on the ground, back up the middle. Como up with it. Only plays to first. And there's one away, but the run scores. It's 7-1. Brings the now pitcher Cordero to the plate. Trying to drive in one more. That one inside as it's 1-0. That one broken bat up the middle. This Como. Did that come out of his hands? It's a broken bat by Cordero. That had to hurt the hands. As he put it in play, it was a regular ground ball to Como. Dang. Cordero with a big smile on his face. Livingston up there getting a look at it. There you go. Runner advances. There's two away here. 2 6-3 ground outs. On the mound and now at the plate, Leo Cordero's had a big smile on his face. Brings Balderas to the plate. Walked his only time up. Second run of the game for Navarro, 90 feet away with 2 outs. Donahoe starts him off with a strike. An eventful inning here. Quickly 0-2 to Balderas. Grayson Donahoe. The 0-2. Cold strike 3, Grayson Donahoe. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night to end the top of the fourth inning. So after letting the first 2 batters he sees reach, retires 3 straight Viking hitters, and we head now to the bottom of the fourth with Hank Rippey, Derek Paez, and Ben Hatcher. But 1 run does score on 1 hit, and 1 runner left on base. More for Cordero. Back to it. So J.J. Velasquez is going to come to the plate here hitting for Rippey.
Now batting, number 10, J.J. Velasquez.
Velasquez, another lefty bat. Coming in to lead things off here in the bottom of the fourth. Trying to put a few runs across here for the Trojans, who have not scored since a big 7-run first inning. Cordero just outside 1-0. Pitch misses downstairs. Now 2-0. Two balls, no strikes. Not 2-1. Cordero gets a sign, comes set. That pitch down and skips off the shoulder of the catcher there. It's now 3 balls and a strike. Cordero. The 3-1. That's a called strike. Count now full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Nobody out here. Leading off the bottom of the fourth, J.J. Velasquez. Can't quite see the on-deck circle here from here, but Paez due to hit, and Hatcher after that. 3-2. Called strike 3 on the inside corner, and Velasquez is down. That now 9 straight Anderson hitters. 7 straight Anderson hitters retired by Leo Cordero. Brings Derek Paez to the plate. Derek, 1 for 1, has reached both times, a single and a walk. At the 45th pitch of the day for Leo Cordero. Starts Paez off on the ball. Derek's walked once already. The 1-0. Swung on, fouled off. Paez has been fouling off a lot of pitches here today. One ball, 1 strike. Up and away, now 2-1. That one in on the inside edge of the strike zone. The 2-2 pitch misses for ball 3. Count full. Here's the pitch to Paez, and he lifts this one in the air. That one will stay in on the infield, and running up to make the catch is Robel for out number 2. Brings Ben Hatcher to the plate. First pitch misses inside, 1-0. Looks like up next at Nelson Field, it's LBJ against Eastside. The 1-0. Fouled back, 1-1. The 1-1. Swing and a miss. Big cut there for Hatcher, and it's 1 ball, 2 strikes. One, 2. That one misses. Count even now to Ben Hatcher. 2 balls, 2 strikes. It's been a great performance so far for Leo Cordero. The 2-2. Hatcher lifts this one in the air out to right, playable. Underneath it and there to make the catch for out number 3 is Balderas, and it's another 1-2-3 inning for Leo Cordero. We head to the 5th. Another new pitcher here for the Trojans. It's number 25, Keen Santos, the senior right-hander. Seven to 1 ball game. 9 straight batters retired for Leo Cordero, dating back to the bottom of the 2nd. Anderson loaded the bases with nobody out, and since then have gone in order. So credit to the pitcher Cordero. Started at catcher. Alex Cordero was on the mound to start it. Leo Cordero came in after 1. Has been tossing a gem. But Keen Santos on the mound here for Anderson to face 6, 7, 8. Kelvin Ramirez, Abraham Munoz, and Irvin Lopez for the Navarro Vikings. Ramirez 0 for 1, grounded into a double play. Back in the 2nd. So Santos, another one of these seniors being honored here today. Looking down the list, I believe we've seen just about everybody. Yes, indeed. So Santos, the last senior in numerical order, will be the last senior that comes out. Trojans don't have a lot of big numbers. But here at first pitch, that's a beauty. Starts Kelvin Ramirez off with a strike. It's 0-1. That one lifted in the air. Kind of a tough play, but I think Max McCormick calling for it, and he's there to make the catch for out number 1. How many times have we seen that, him charging over towards that foul territory right in between where it's going to be a tough play for – it's the longest run for McCormick, but he probably has the best, visual angle at it because Livingston, that's the shortest way, but he's having to backpedal and stare straight up. Right field, you're having to sprint in when you're running at it versus when you're running horizontal towards it. Max McCormick always good at making those plays, and there's a 1 down for Abraham Munoz. 1-0 to the Viking third baseman. Santos. There you go, strike 1. Waves at the high one, now 1-2. The pitch. That one up and away. Now 2 balls, 2 strikes here to Munoz. Two. Went down and in, now 3-2. That one hit in the air out to center, but barely having to move out there to make the catch. And there's 2 down. Ben Hatcher makes the play. Brings Lopez to the plate. That one way outside. Two-0 here now to Lopez. The 2-1. It's a good pitch from Santos. It's 2-2. The 2-2. Called strike 3. A good-looking inning there for Keen Santos. He sends the Vikings down in order 1-2-3. And the Trojans will come to bat in the bottom of the 5th. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. And another inning here for Leo Cordero, who's been pretty untouchable. brings Cade Kazin to the plate. Cade Kazin will face Leo Cordero here for the second time. Kazin struck out back in the second, but he also has a single and a run batted in from the first inning. So the Trojans put a 7th spot on the board and have been held in check since, but it'll be 6, 7, 8 here due for Anderson, Kazin, Livingston, and McCormick. Up and in. The 1-0, that one skips in front of the batter's box and goes all the way to the backstop. Now 2-0 to the Anderson designated hitter. One would assume Kazin will start tomorrow night's game. And in a way, it kind of worked out. So now Anderson will have a week off for Franco and a week off for Kazin. The 2-0 as Cordero all of a sudden starting to yank these pitches. Here we go. Pitch number 60 is in there for Cade Kazin, called strike. 3-1 now. The pitch. That one hit and through the infield for a base hit. Cade Kazin singles with nobody out. And that is the first Anderson Trojan batter to reach since Ben Hatcher back in the second inning. It had been 9 straight retired. And Cade Kazin gets the Trojans back on the right side of things with Will Livingston coming to the plate. Max McCormick after that. Blake Galligan hitting for Cooper Chitsey if we get there. Livingston 0 for 2 today. Livingston hits this one hard on the ground, but to short, and that gets under the glove of the shortstop. That one's still rolling. That one is going to roll for a long time. Cade Kazin being waved around. Kazin will score, and Will Livingston drives in the 8th run of the game. And it's an 8-1 ball game here for the Trojans. Off the bat, I mean, the field is still wet. I mean, probably still one that the shortstop should make. Lopez. I thought for a moment off the bat that might be 2, and I was like, man, Leo Cordero. Trojans just can't make it happen against this guy. Put that one up and in at the face of Max McCormick. It's 1-0. So Kazin scores from first on the error. Livingston gets to second. And it's 1-0 now to Max McCormick. As McCormick hits this one in the air. Playable. And there to make the catch for out number 1 is the left fielder Lopez. Brings Galligan to the plate. Purple rain. Runner goes. That one gets away from the catcher, and an easy stolen base there for Will Livingston. It's the 9th run of the game over just 90 feet away. With Galligan an RBI opportunity if you can hit something over to the right side. But now 1 ball, no strikes here to Blake Galligan. Cordero's 1-0 pitch. That one in there for a called strike. Trevino on deck. Waves at that one, now 1-2. One, two, fouled back. Galligan staying alive here. The 1-2. Up and into Galligan. Blake working the count here a little bit. 2-2. Cordero. Galligan fouls this one off. The 2-2. Down and into Galligan, now 3-2. Time called. Galligan trying to get this top of the order something to work with. 1 runner in already. Livingston over there at third. And the 3-2 pitch. That one hit on a line, tailing to the left and down for a base hit. 1 run scores. Galligan rounds first. He'll head into second. And he will have a stand-up RBI double. How about that at bat from Blake Galligan? Fouling pitches off. Taking pitches outside of the zone and hitting one hard on a line for the RBI double, and it's 9-1. So Livingston scores. As that might be the end of the line for Leo Cordero, who was tremendous through 3 innings and now into his 4th inning of work. It's tailed off a little bit, but no, he'll still stay on the mound, right? No? Yeah, he'll still go. I mean, the way you look at it for Cordero is the first run was on an error. That's one of the only hard hits of the ball of the game, belongs to Blake Galligan. But a new hitter. Here's the first pitch from Cordero. It's taken high at the top of the zone, or above the zone, I should say. Ball 1 to Patrick Candelaria, the junior. So a junior in for Leo Trevino, the senior. Swing and a miss there for Candelaria. There we go. Got to fit the whole name into the little box here on my score sheet. As that's a 1-1 pitch, misses for a ball. As that ball clips away, and Galligan going to stay there, but he steals the base. So a quality time on the bases there for Blake Galligan, and it's now a 1-2 count to Patrick Candelaria. Ooh, that one hit him in the head. Good thud there. As Candelaria is okay. He didn't miss a beat there. Connor Smith to the plate. Hitting for Como, that's a rare sight. So a pair of Connors in the 2-hole. Connor Smith now with runners at first and third and one out. Smith shoots that one foul, strike one. And all of a sudden, Trojans have the game-ending run aboard. The 0-1. Up and in. That one leaks away, and Candelaria is going to take second. So now a base hit for Connor Smith could wrap this up early, which did not seem like we were headed towards that at any point today. After the first inning, I should say. Really after the second. But all of a sudden, the Trojans grinding out some of these ABs. 1 ball, 1 strike. Cordero. That one chopped on the ground. It should score a run. They'll go over to first, and he's safe. He is safe at first base. So the little bit of hesitation there from third results in a infield single there for Connor Smith, and J.J. Velasquez comes to the plate in a 10-1 ball game. So J.J. Velasquez comes to the plate. He's 0 for 1. And there's still just 1 out. It says 2 outs. I think they were a little premature there, but it's 10-1. Velasquez takes the first pitch for strike 1. No balls and a strike. That one in the dirt at the knees of the catcher. 10-1, 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. The scoreboard still says 2, but Smith is there at first base. I don't know where the other one would have been, right? The 1-1. That one gets away, and Candelaria going to stay at third base. Got ended the game on that. Well, I like it. Let Velasquez work the AB. Smith takes second. Some lacrosse practice behind us here at Nelson Stadium. Trojan lacrosse team out there. 10-1, 2 balls, 1 strike. J.J. Velasquez. Ooh. The 2-1. Called strike 2 to Velasquez. Paez on deck, I believe, for now. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. I haven't changed the scoreboard. He indicated to the good. Where was the second out? There's one out. What's the debate? Leadoff single, then Livingston reached it on the air, McCormick flew out, then the double from Galligan, a hit by pitch for Candelaria, and an infield single / error, whatever you want to call it, to Connor Smith. And now J.J. Velasquez, there's one out. If Smith is out, he's done an awful good job of hiding out there on the bases. Hey, they got it. Scoreboard got stuck on the out button, and then we were talking about it. So, yeah, there is one out. I thought Smith might have been out at first base, but he's been on the base paths ever since. So, can't count that as an out. It's 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. J.J. Velasquez at the plate. Cordero pitch, down and away, ball 3. Count full. The 3-2 pitch. Velasquez hits this one on the ground, foul. This one hit on the ground. Staying put is Candelaria. And that's out number 2 as Velasquez grounds out. I have to think that might have been the direction of the base running coaches, with Kevin Ortega coming to the plate for Derek Paez. Maybe not. You just inexperience on the base paths and freezing. Based on being the coach up there is now Candelaria is going to try for it, and he will score, and that'll end the ball game. So Patrick Candelaria didn't advance on the ground out, but does take it on the ball that got away, and the Trojans end this one 11-1 here in the bottom of the 5th. So some nice bookends there for Anderson. They start with the 7-run inning, 0-0-0 in the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, and then 4 runs in the 5th to walk it off. Del Patrick was ready to sprint home on that one, and that will do it. The Trojans' run rule victory on Senior Day. Will be back again tomorrow. You have to go ahead and be quick to get out of here as they have another game coming in, but want to honor the seniors one more time. Grayson Donahoe, Max McCormick, Connor Como, Cade Kazin, J.J. Velasquez, Derek Paez, Blake Galligan, Ben Hatcher, Will Livingston, and Keen Santos. All of them got into the game. And the guys you haven't heard from too much in the regular season in district play, with some nice plays. That double for Blake Galligan was great. Keen Santos and Grayson Donahoe, good in relief. And that'll do it for us here. 11-1 final through in 5. So we want to thank you for tuning in. We'll be back right again tomorrow. We want to thank our sponsor on tonight's broadcast. You see them at the top. They've been there all year. Frost Bank, Jersey Mike's, and the Carlson Law Firm, who brought you your starting lineups tonight. And you see their logo there, as well as Postnet Far West. Tonight's game was brought to you by Northwest Little League. Want to thank them for their continued support of Anderson Trojan baseball. First pitch to the Northwest Pony League, and the pitching changes tonight brought to you by Wally's Burger Express. And I want to thank you for tuning in, all you listeners, wherever you may be tuning in from, whether couldn't make it out for the early pitch, or if you're not in the Austin area, or, other circumstances. But we'll be back, same place, same time tomorrow, Nelson Field, 5 p.m. first pitch for the district finale. Not quite the regular season finale, but the Trojans looking to make it back-to-back undefeated district seasons. Did it a year ago at 12-0, trying to make it 12-0 once again. We're going to go ahead and sign off for now. I want to thank Suna Venkat, our technical director, for helping me through some technical difficulties there at the start of the broadcast. Skylar Gillespie, my QA, back in the Vype Live studios. Merle Bertrand, the big boss, over here at Vype Live for the voice of the Vipers, and, of course, my boss here. My name is Jack Farrell. We will see you tomorrow, and we'll see you Saturday. 3 games in 3 days here for the Trojans, setting themselves up nicely for the playoffs. Vinny Franco, the winning pitcher here in this one. We'll see you tomorrow. Hope you all have a great night and a great rest of your week. If you want more from me, you can tune in to 102.7 ESPN in the Austin area. Mornings from 6 to 10. I'll be there. I'll probably talk about the team, this game, and then we'll talk about other things. Everyone go home, watch the NFL draft, or do whatever it is you need to do, and we will see you tomorrow. Pre-game around 4:50, 4:55, and then the first pitch of tomorrow's game against the Anderson Trojans and the Navarro Vikings, trying to make it perfect, 12-0. Trojans improve in this one to 20.